Hello everybody, my name is Red and I've been doing YouTube for 5 years. But Red, you posted your first video 2 years ago. Well, guess what? Before I did art videos, I did gacha videos. If you somehow don't know what gacha is, Gacha Life is a free app game that you can make OCs in and have them go on adventures. There's also a community of people called GachaTubers that make animated videos out of their OCs, and I was one of them. With gacha videos comes a lot of OCs, and today I've decided I'm gonna redraw some of my old OCs. Okay, let's get to the first one. Originally, I found the gacha community by one of my childhood friends. She still does gacha, so link to her channel in the description. But anyway, we would spend hours on end watching MLB, akumatized Marionette AU videos to the song Other Friends. Gacha MLB community, you know what I mean. No, not Major League Baseball, I mean Miraculous Ladybug. Look, if you want to know more about this show, there's plenty of videos on it, but that's not what we're talking about today. My first ever OC was a self-insert MLB character by the name of Dolphina. Sadly, I couldn't find any photos of her superhero form, but I did find a few of her normal forms. There are multiple versions because I was always changing her design. So this will just be a mix of these two. So we're going off memory in that. Now let's deep dive into Dolphina. Oh my god, this is gonna be cringy. Nikki was an average girl in high school before one day she found a beautiful dolphin necklace at a thrift shop. With dolphins being her favorite animal, she quickly bought it. Then, when she gets home, she puts on the necklace, the dolphin Kwame Splash appears. And bam, Nikki's a superhero, yay! My friend I mentioned earlier had an MLB OC called Snakes. Since it's not my OC, I'm not drawing her, but this is what she looked like. Snakes and Dolphina were partners. Anyway, Dolphina's type of transformation is a bubble, just big enough for her. And her main power is echolocation, where she can locate anything she wants no matter how far. So, now that we know that about Dolphina, let's talk about her design. Her pink hair is simple. My favorite color was pink when I created her. Her shirt is a sleeveless turtleneck. Her skirt is a basic teal skirt with a light tutu underneath. Her boots represent water, and the ribbons are the same water print as the tutu. Now, presenting my first OC redesigned, Dolphina! Okay, on to the next character. This next OC is kind of different than Dolphina. First, it isn't a self-insert character. It is a original character that I created in my own universe and stuff. So this character was made back in 5th grade whenever I was really into cottagecore. I was just trying to find my aesthetic, what I like to wear and stuff, so I decided to experiment with cottagecore, and this girl was born. Her name is long lost to time. I have no idea. So let's just call her Leaf, because that's kind of what her design looks like. I don't know. A lot of the design ideas for this character were actually made by my friend in 5th grade. She, I'm guessing, doesn't watch my videos, but if you possibly do, you know who you are. Hi. Hope you're doing well. I don't know. But yeah, credits to her. I think it was mostly the head accessories that she did. I think I did everything else. But anyway, the first thing that we're going to talk about is this belt. The belt is kind of a design that I was using in a lot of my OCs. I don't know why I liked it so much. Also, you can see in the character that she has a tint put on her. Back then, I used to always put tints on my character, and I think it kind of works for her since she's an angel girl. You know, I like her. One thing I don't like about this character is that her backstory and story in the show does not match her character design, like, at all. It's sad, upsetting. I wish I would have showed more into it. Now that we are done with the character design things, we are now going to get into the character's backstory. Before we start the backstory, I want to tell you all guys that this backstory, I've forgotten a bunch of details for it. So it's going to be like, I'm keeping the main points, but the things that I don't remember, I'm just gonna guess, okay? Okay, let's go. So Leaf was a girl, and her favorite thing ever was wrestling. She was a very strong person in general and loved picking fights with people. Her best friend, what are we gonna call her? I forgot her name. Let's call her Ellie. Her best friend Ellie was not strong. She was always jealous of her, you know? But she never let that show. But one day, Ellie got in a car accident and passed away. I have no idea why my characters were so dark back then. God, this is so dark. Why? Oh, God. Well, whenever Ellie died, she was chosen to be part of the Angel Guard thing. I have no idea. It's giving Has Been Hotel. But anyway, the Angel Guard thing, and then Ellie, tells the people there that she's like, oh, I know someone on Earth that would be perfect for this. And the guard people, they say, well, you're gonna have to wait until she dies in order for her to be here. Ellie does not like that. She's very lonely here. It's kind of sad, but she puts a curse on Leaf, and Leaf dies the next morning and ends up there. Now, whenever Leaf gets to heaven, Ellie and Leaf, first, they're back together. They're like, oh my God, yay, I missed you so much. Oh, I'm so glad that I get to see you again, blah, 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 stuff like that. And then whenever Leaf starts to ask, wait, how did I die in the first place? That's whenever it's shown that it was actually Ellie. Now, Leaf is a little bitter. She's bitter. So, and rightfully so. I would be bitter if someone did that to me too. So, her and Leaf get into a big, argument, and they are mean, and at the end, they are not friends anymore, and it's pretty upsetting. Sad. So, yeah, and now that after that, Ellie's like, oh yeah, you think you could do that? I bet you're just thinking that because you think you're better than me, blah, blah, blah. And then she wants to prove that she is better than Ellie. So it's just a bitter, petty rivalry between them the entire story. If I were to make this a comic or a show, it'd just be silly little things about the missions that they get into and why they don't like each other, just ruining things for each other. And I think it would be pretty cute. And in the end, I think they should end up, after some character growth, Leaf becomes more forgiving and less of a what's the right word for this? Less bitter in general, and Ellie becomes less selfish and less jealous and realizes, hey, she has her good qualities too. In reality, Ellie does not like being in the Angel Guard. She just wants to be there to prove that she is better than Leaf, and it's a very sad thing. In the end, Ellie finds what she's good at, and it's heartwarming. She finds what she's good at, she apologizes to Leaf and stuff, and they end up being friends again after lots and lots of things. And yeah, that's it. But another concept that I had designing for this story was that there was these two overlords of heaven, and one of them was extremely strict, and then halfway through the story they murdered the other one, which I don't know, it's so weird. I don't understand it much. But then they became a strict overlord, and then Ellie and Leaf had to part away their differences in order to fight this guy and stuff. That's what that part was. I think it could have worked. It has a bigger design. I feel like that would be if it was so the first season, let's do an example. Have you guys watched Star versus the Forces of Evil. The first season of that is just goofy hijinks, and then it gets more lore-based. I feel like if this were to be a show, the first season would just be the goofy hijinks and then them being bitter. Second season, they would, like, start to warm up to each other a little bit, and then by the third season, it would be, like, big Armageddon time, you know? Like, the war time. So, yeah, that's what that would be like. Now, character design-wise, I think this girl has a horrible character design for her character. It does not match her at all. This girl is a boxer. She's strong. She's a fighter. And she looks like a bookworm. I don't like it. I do not understand. Oh, I did also have another concept for this character. It's very dark. It's another very dark one. I don't know why. My stories were so dark back then. This next concept was that, so one day her and all of her friends are hanging out and stuff, and then they walk through an alleyway, and she is like lagging behind them, and then she walks in and to the hall and turns the corner, and all of her friends are dead, and then there's a murderer, and I'm like, what the heck? That is so dark. Why? Gosh, I love edgy characters, but that's a little extreme, don't you think? So I don't really figure out this idea, but I think it was, oh yes, so she decides to pick a fight with them. She's like going to avenge her friends, but she doesn't have a weapon on her. You know, she thought since she's a boxer, she'd be like, oh yeah, I'm strong, I could beat you. She doesn't win. She loses. So the rest of the story is just her and her friends in heaven, just having goofy hijinks and stuff and learning about each other, and yeah. Dark. Very dark character. Very dark sadness. God. My gosh. And the character designs and ideas are not even good. It's super bad. And just, oh God, what was I thinking back then? Oh my gosh. Anyway, the character design doesn't fit, as I said a second ago. So I decided that I was going to make a little redesign. So the first one that you see I'm sketching right here, this is the character according to their original design. The next one is going to be their redesign. So for the redesign, I decided to go for a more sporty look. You know, something that you can actually fight in. I do like the original better, but I don't think this one is bad. I think it's good. I like it, honestly. I like the pose. It's pretty nice. For this character, though, I decided to put her hair up first thing. And I know it's not, like, good to wear glasses while you're fighting and being active and stuff because you could break them, but I think it works for her. I like her with the glasses, and I feel like it wouldn't be her anymore without them, you know? It wouldn't. Another thing that I did was I gave her some armor type thing. It's a lot more of a basic outfit, but I think it's more practical for what she is doing. I think I could have went a little bit harder on the armor thing, you know, leaned a little bit more into that, because she is, like, fighting. I don't even know who at this point. Whatever. But, yeah, I feel like I should have done that. Also, I gave her a weapon, because if she didn't have a weapon, I don't even know why she would be fighting if she didn't have a weapon. It'd be dangerous. So, yeah, I gave her a little dagger thing. Not the strongest thing ever, but she likes using her fist more than her weapons in the end. So yeah, this costume does look a lot like the Golden Guard. Oh, I'm obsessed with him. I'm sorry, I can't. Other than that slight influence in this character, I do really like it. I don't know, it's a little basic. I feel like I would have done more with her design if I redesigned it again. By the way, this audio recording was made like 3 months after I drew this. Yeah, it's been a little while. I've been working on this video for so long. Somebody help me. Somebody, please. Anyway, that's it for this design of the character. Let's see them side by side. Here's the characters side by side. I hope you guys enjoyed them. Okay, so now that this one is done, let's get on to the next character. This character's name happened to be Star, which is actually my sister's name. Don't question it. It's fine. But this girl is, at the time, I said she was like 16 years old. So yeah, this girl is 16 years old, and the thing about her is she is an alien from another planet. It was kind of confusing. So she's from a little spaceship in the sky, and she's like an experiment. So it's like 2 of the most basic niches in the gacha community. Yay! So yeah, she's an alien space girl. Now, this girl's backstory it's interesting. I don't even know. I haven't fleshed it out that much, but we're going to flesh it out more in this. So, yippee! Oh god. This character was originally going to be for a gacha show. Like, I had voice actors for the thing and everything. They were just my friends, but I did, and it was a big project for me. I don't actually have a photo of the Gacha Club OC because I deleted all of them, but I have a drawing of her, so that was my reference. Anyway, so in the story, let's get on to her story. Star is an alien girl with powers. She was born and experimented on all of her life. She never really understood what she was. She didn't talk, she was mute, and she never really cared, honestly. It's not like she escaped on purpose either. She kind of did it on accident. One day, a curious scientist went into her room. She was an intern, a new one, who wanted to just see what was up and stuff. Whenever they saw Star, they were kind of confused. Nobody had ever told her that they experimented on living things here. She felt bad for Star. Soon, her and Star became friends. Now, she's a lot older than Star. I'm pretty sure her name was like Gabby or something. Let's call her Gabby. But Gabby was a lot older than Star. She was probably around 21, while Star was like 15. So she was more of like a mentor / mom figure to Star. Her and Gabby got really close. Star could only ever interact with Gabby. And Gabby, she just always felt bad for Star. She knew that Star shouldn't be here. This isn't the life that somebody deserves. So one day, Gabby decided today was the day that Star was going to escape. This was about episode 2 at the time, and the episodes were shorts, so they're like a minute long. This one is very sad. Gabby and Star's escape plan is pretty simple. Gabby is going to go out and steal a key card from somebody to open the main gate and use an escape shuttle to get out. Only the main guard has the card. So Gabby sneaks out and grabs the card while distracting the main guard. Gabby returns and gets Star. Star is very confused by this. She's like a puppy almost. She's just kind of okay with doing anything. So she follows Gabby because why not? So the guards were chasing them the entire time. The space shuttle was about to leave, and Gabby and Star hadn't made it to the space shuttle yet. So Gabby made a decision. Gabby knew that if she didn't make it into that spaceship, she would be executed for helping Star escape. But she cared about Star so much that didn't matter to her. At the last second, Gabby pushed Star into the space shuttle and said, "Goodbye, Star." I know that's so undramatic. I don't know. Goodbye, Star. Well, the plan didn't go exactly well, let's just say. Star doesn't know how to drive a spaceship. And I don't know what Gabby was thinking. I think she was more like, maybe she'll be able to figure it out. And Star crashes into Earth. Wow. So cool. Whenever she crashes into Earth, she finds herself in the middle of a sidewalk. Her spaceship is nowhere to be found, so she thinks that in the explosion she must get blown away, or maybe her powers teleported her here or something. She never figured it out. Another one of Star's powers is shape-shifting. She can shape-shift to look like a human whenever she wants, and that is how she ends up fitting in on Earth. Star ends up shape-shifting to fit in as just another kid her age. She meets Sammy and Venks. Venks is my friend. This OC was inspired by him. And they're all like, "Oh my god, hi. You've blue hair. That's so cool. How'd you let your parents dye your hair?" And Star can't really talk. So Sammy's mom is like, "Whoa, little girl, what are you wearing?" Because Star at the time was wearing a patient's outfit. And I guess Star was very freaked out. She was crying and stuff. And the mom said, "Honey, do you have parents?" And then Star just shakes her head no. This part is so cringy. But anyway, Sammy's mom ends up taking her home. Okay, we'll take you home, but we'll see from there. So they take her home, and Sammy and Venks are super obsessed with her. They think that she is very, very cool. Star never had a reason that she didn't show them her powers. She just had a gut feeling that if she does this, it might turn out exactly the same as last time. So Sammy decides to give her some clothes, and that is this outfit. What a cutie. What a cutie. I love it so much. I honestly really like this character design, unlike the other ones. I think it's different than something I've done before. I don't usually do weird colored skin like this. So I like it. I think it's very fun. So Star's storyline takes place in her trying to fit into Earth. And a lot of the drama happens when, her powers start showing up. So the thing about Star is her powers are adaptive. She kind of just figures them out when she needs them. It's not really a controlled thing until she gets older. But since Star's powers are adaptive, sometimes they come out on accident. The first person to figure out about Star's powers is immediately Venks. Venks figures out one day whenever Star sees the guards from the space shuttle. Yep, they followed her down to Earth. They were able to track the space shuttle that had crashed. And it possibly was close by to where, and that's why they were here. Now, the guards don't have powers, but they wore masks and sunglasses and stuff. It's not a very good disguise, but it's a disguise. It works, okay? But with Star's disguise, Star had never learned before that she could shapeshift. She had just figured this out, so there's no way that the guards could have known. So she was safe. For now. So Sammy and Venks end up both finding out whenever one day they are playing at a playground, just hanging out after school, and the guards show up. They're completely surrounded. The guards had figured out who Star was because there was a bunch of like missing child posters everywhere that Sammy's mom had put up to hope that maybe someone would recognize her. But of course nobody did except for the guards, so it didn't end up well. So they're completely surrounded. Star is like freaking out. Sammy's like, what are these guys doing? What's going on? Vanks is like, Star, you need to do something. I've seen you use your powers before. The entire time, Sammy is just like super confused about what they're talking about with powers and guards and stuff like that. And then Star uses them. This is the biggest time ever. It ignites a huge explosion, destroying the entire playground. The guards retreat, realizing that they're no match compared to her. But Sammy, on the other hand, is very upset about this. She is like yelling. She's like, why wouldn't you guys tell me? You knew and you didn't say anything? Sammy was honestly just mad that Vanks didn't tell her. She kind of got that Star couldn't tell her because she can't talk, but Vanks, on the other hand, is her best friend, and they had known each other since they were like little kids, and he didn't say anything at all. Sammy felt betrayed, and this is where their relationship got a little worse. It was sad. Sammy stopped hanging out with them at school, and she joined her own friend group until one day the guards found their house. They came back with reinforcements, and this time Star wasn't strong enough to keep them back. They kidnapped Star and took her to the space station. So then it was up to Sammy and Vanks to get her back. Vanks told her everything at this point. He told her about the spaceship that she had crashed and said that it must be somewhere nearby. So they started looking, like any person would. One of the guards in the explosion dropped their tracker. I know, how plot relevant. Dropped their tracker, and now all they had to do was follow it to the space shuttle. Simple. Though they didn't know how to fix this spaceship, but they did have a friend that might. Meet Oscar. Oscar is somebody who I literally just added because I'm like, how are they gonna save Star and fix the spaceship? None of them are like smart enough to do that. Oscar particularly loves Star the most. They don't really fit in, and neither does Star, and they kind of related that way. Sammy explains everything to him. Oscar naturally decides, yeah, I'm gonna help you. So he helps fix the spaceship. Now, the spaceship comes with an autopilot option, but Star is like really dumb, so she never thought to press it. Oh my god, I love my dumb little baby. So yeah, they go to the big spaceship again. Woo! Yay! Now, it has been like a month since the whole escape thing with Star, but maybe Gabby isn't dead. Now, if you thought that these two little kids are going to be able to alien-infested spaceship alone, yeah, you would be wrong. So they run into Gabby. Gabby is naturally, like, super nice and kind to pretty much anybody, and she was on trial. They were super mad at her for letting Star escape, so she was going to get punished, but they still needed information out of her until Star was back. Sammy and Vanks worked together to get Gabby out of the cell. She's like, oh my god, thank you so much. And then whenever they tell her about Star being on ship, Gabby is just super happy. Like, she cares so much about Star. I love it. It's like the little mother-daughter dynamic is so cute. I'll draw Gabby another time. And then comes the escape. By the way, Oscar didn't come to the spaceship. I didn't know if that made that clear. He didn't come with them because he is super scared of space travel. So, yeah. Anyway, I haven't really fleshed out how they get her out, but they do, and it ends up like, yay, they escaped, blah, blah, blah. And then they go back to Earth, and Gabby comes with them this time. I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory on Gabby, because it's kind of confusing. Like, why is she helping Star so much, and what planet is she from? What is going on here? Gabby is an orphan from the planet Nexus. Nexus is the planet that all of the aliens and the guards originate from. And there, they aren't very social or kind. It's not like Earth, where everybody, we have emotions, we have feelings, we have hobbies. It's kind of like, for Nexus, it's like live or die. It's all for survival. Everything is for advancement and survival. Except for Gabby. Gabby is different. She's always had a love of music and animals and things like that. She saw animals in picture books whenever she was a kid, and she loved them. She always wanted to travel to Earth. But by her being different, it made her a big target for bullying. Poor Gabby got bullied all of her life for being different and expressive and fun. And she didn't have any friends, and her own, she never got adopted either. She thought her only chance of ever seeing Earth is to become a spaceship guard. Every once in a very long time, one of the spaceships visit Earth, and she just prayed that one day she would. And she did! Oh, I'm so happy for her, my little Gabby. Yippee! So they escape, but I feel like that's the simple answer to the story. I think there's something bigger going on here, like Nexus. It could be bigger. Ideas for a bigger story I have is that, maybe the queen of Nexus is, very upset about this because Star was, important. Star plays an important role in this, and I haven't quite figured it out yet. But I think that she might not even be just experimented on. I think she might be more of a prisoner. I do have maybe a little bit of a backstory for Star. It comes with her name. Star was originally made from stardust. On the very, very tip of a black hole, the stardust formed in a way that created a life. It was new. It was crazy. And then the guards found her. On the spaceship, they found her as a little baby-ish thing. They kept her in a chamber, and they never really talked to her, so she never even heard a conversation until Gabby. Star was just in her cage, always. It's not like she even wanted better either. She just didn't know what living was like. She just went with it. But now she didn't want to go back. Now that she had a taste of real life, she didn't want to. And that's all the story that I have. Yippee! Oh, I love Star. I'm sorry. I love her so much. the Gacha show idea is not the best idea, but if I ever, make a comic about her, I might. And I think it would be nice, a little star comic. I love her. She's so cute. Anyway, let's see the final piece. Here is the final star design. This was the last design of this video, so let's get on to the outro. Hello, human beings. You do not know the pain and suffering that this video has put me through. You have no idea. This is my longest video I've ever made, other than that lo-fi beats video, but I think I might take that down now that I think about it. I don't know. Oh my god. Whenever I started making this, I was expecting to have 4 characters. I was gonna have the 4, but then I started editing and yapping about Star, and it added 20 minutes to the video. Thank you, Star. Thank you. I'll just probably do a part 2, maybe. I don't know. It's this video sucked to make, though. I spent 3 months on this. 3 months. You can tell because the art style in the first one is so much different than the art style in the last one. It is insane. Oh my god, I'm going to crash out. I'm going to crash out. I spent all day editing. All day. I'm sorry. The last 20 minutes of this video were all edited today. And oh my god. This Bean. This is my dog. Come here, Bean. Come here. No. Did you just growl at me? Well, that's my dog for you. Oh my god. The next video is going to be fun and a story time video. This one was just pain. Pain. So much pain. Anyway, I'll see y'all next time. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye. I think I actually, need help. Oh my god. So I thought it was the end, and I was about to export the video. Bean, come here. And then I freaking CapCut warns me, oh, by the way, you have a few copyrighted songs. And then I'm like, okay, what are the copyrighted songs? I look at the list, and it is every single song. Other than my spooky jump scare mention. But, oh my god. Oh my god. I'm going to actually crash out, guys. I'm going to do it. It's going to be over. I can't do this anymore. Okay, real end of the video. Subscribe to keep my sanity in check. Bye.